Hey Aquarius, welcome to your weekly forecast for May 4th through the 10th. We're going to see what's happening the week ahead with this lovely deck here. And then we're going to pull a spirit message for you guys from this deck here. So without further ado, my darling Aquarius, let's see what's happening the week ahead for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. See what's going on for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising for the week of May 4th through May 10th. Alrighty, my dears. Let's see what is going on. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, your first card here, we have the Queen of Wands. Alright, so fire energy. Some of you could be dealing with a fire sign, or if you have fire in your chart, that could be really kind of strong for you coming up in the week ahead. Now, I do want to clarify something. We've got really intense energy coming up in May. Okay, we do have a retrograde, and from what I have read, my understanding of the planetary alignments, it's causing a lot of people to be kind of like retrospective and doing soul searching about what they're not happy with in their life. So emotions might be kind of heightened. Okay, and maybe you're a person that you like to stay as cool as a cucumber, but you might have some aggravations coming to the surface in May. Now, the fact that it's showing up as Queen of Wands is good and it's positive, because it's letting us know that you're taking the frustration, you're taking the anger, and you're being productive with it. A lot of the times I see Queen of Wands come up when somebody's just really sick and tired of having to, hold their tongue to keep the peace, and, trying not to rock the boat. And, like when they do speak up, they're just kind of like, oh, no, it's fine. And you're just misunderstanding and it's okay. It's like, they're there, be quiet, right? Queen of Wands comes up when someone is tired of that, and they're tired of bending over backwards for everybody. Like Queen of Wands begins to see her worth. She sees what she's bringing to the table, and she decides that she's not going to settle anymore. Okay, now because this is a general reading, you guys might be feeling this in different areas of your life. Some of you, it could be in career, it could be a family situation, it could be a relationship. And those of you that watch my videos, you know I try to keep love and romance separate and do the love and romance once a month, which is linked in the description. So if that's ringing a bell for you in your love life, you might want to watch the love video separately. But, Queen of Wands is ready to go get what she deserves. Like, she knows what she deserves, and she's not willing to settle anymore. She's funny, she's confident, she's sexy, she's successful, but she stays humble. I feel for some of you Aquarius, you've already been through that process. You're like, oh yeah, that resonates, but it already happened. If that's the case, if you've already gone through this and you're kind of at the tail end of it, then you're experiencing the Queen of Wands aspect, in where you're kind of just taking it all in. You're absorbing it. You're like, whoa, that actually happened. Look what I've done in my life. Look how far I've come. And so you might be feeling very moved to help others or mentor others. You might have gotten a business off the ground successfully, and you might be thinking, I would like to teach or help others do the same. Or I'd like to give to charity in some way, or I'd like to pay forward this good fortune in some way. So I feel a lot of you are getting into that element of trying to pay things forward. I feel some of you, Aquarius, you are receiving a lot of attention. Like, I just feel your phone is very busy. Like, I keep hearing in my head, like that buzzing of the cell phone, like on a counter or on a table, like message coming in, message after message after message. I feel for some of you, even though you might not be focused in love and romance and you're focused on your career, you are clearing a lot of old energy. And so there's going to be a lot of people from the past reaching out to you this week. And I feel it's a lot of, F boys and girls. I'll watch the language. But, just people that they're not looking for anything serious, or just people that You know, they just kind of like come and go. And I feel some of you are like, you know, telling people off. You're like, lose my number kind of energy here. Some of you might even be changing your number. Some of you might be changing your number. You're like, whoa. I just feel like you're taking this trip down memory lane this week in all aspects of your life. Your career, your friendships, your family stuff, your dating stuff, and you're so in awe of yourself. You're so proud of yourself for how far you've come, and you're really cleaning house energetically. You might even be going through and getting rid of clothes. You might be going through and just getting rid of stuff or like clutter or anything that's reminding you of times that you were stuck or times that you weren't happy. I just feel like you're shedding off layers this week, Aquarius, and you're feeling really good about it. You're feeling excited. You're very passionate. You're very driven. You're very motivated. You're in a strong sense of gratitude as well. I feel that there's a strong sense of gratitude here. Your next card, my darlings, is the Ten of Swords. What did I tell you? You guys are coming out of karmic cycles. You're disconnecting from elements of your past. When Ten of Swords comes up, it's like it's a final farewell. It's, and in my experience, I know Ten of Swords can be a card that scares a lot of people, but if you watch my videos every week, you will have heard me say this, I'm sure. I'm sure Ten of Swords has come up in other videos. If you've been watching for the past 2 years, you may have heard me say, in my experience, when I see Ten of Swords come up for somebody that I'm reading for, in this case, it's you all, Aquarius, the person I'm reading for is the one who's making the decision to end something. And oftentimes it's bittersweet. You know it's what needs to be done. You feel very relieved in doing it. But it's bittersweet because you might have a certain degree of fondness for it. Or you may realize, you know what, even though I don't want this in my life anymore, it shaped me, it molded me, it made me who I am, and now it's time to just kind of disconnect or move in a new direction. Again, there could be an element of betrayal here. I feel, Aquarius, that you're just in this energy where you're very motivated for change, very, very motivated for change, and you don't have patience for anything that's slowing you down or holding you back. And I feel people who have wronged you or people who have let you down are resurfacing this week. And it's not only romantic. I mean, that might be an element of it. You might hear from exes, or you may hear from people like on the dating site that they were around for a bit and then they ghosted you or something. But in addition to this, I feel it goes deeper than this. You might have relatives that you're estranged from, that you haven't spoken to in a long time, reaching out to you. Old employers maybe reaching out to you, trying to get you to come back. I mean, it's going to be all across the board, different areas of your life. And you're just in this energy where you're like, no, no, thank you. Right? But there's an element of closure with this. There's an element of closure with this, and there's like an element of speaking your truth. And some of you are receiving apologies, very heartfelt, very sincere apologies. And I feel like you're kind of like chuckling to yourself that, you know what, I appreciate that. It's nice to have received that, but I'm okay now. Like, I don't need the apology. It would have been nice a year ago, or it would have been nice 5 years ago. Right? But like you're not feeling like you've already moved on, you're done with it. So I do feel there's people who are kind of like lamenting having mistreated you or taken advantage of you or not having moved sooner, you know, moving things forward sooner with you. You're okay. You're all right. You're not crying any tears over it. But I feel like they're feeling a sense of regret. But you're completely and totally ending any kind of ties or connection. You're like, nope, don't. Like, you know, these people aren't allowed to come back. And so you're disconnecting energetically. Your next card here, Aquarius, is the Four of Coins. Okay? Now, Four of Coins can indicate that we're being very cautious with our resources. Right? So if you are doing something where you've successfully launched some kind of self-employment, or project, you may have things going well, but at the same time, you're being very cautious. You're like, I don't know how long this is going to last. Let me be careful. I feel some of you are treating your money in like a extreme case scenario, right? Like you're really, really taking every penny to like the furthest possible limit, right? Like you're not like, oh, we're low on something, let me go pick some more up from the store, let me order some more. Like you're waiting till things are absolutely completely out, right? Or the orange juice is low, you're gonna add a little bit of tap water to that orange juice and shake up the carton and say, well, we have more orange juice for a while. You know, like I just feel like even if you're not in absolute financial fear, you're really, really making things last. You're really, really making things stretch out. And you're being very cautious with your money and with your finances. I feel this is actually like a positive thing in that you're learning to be more resourceful. And you have this strong desire where you're like, you feel like you've been wasteful. You're like, man, I've been so wasteful, or I haven't appreciated what I had until now. And so I do feel some of you are being a little bit more frugal, but you know, maybe a better word here is resourceful, making things last longer, doing more with what you have. In a physical situation or physical element with Four of Coins, you might really be protective of your physical space, right? You may be using this quarantine stuff to your advantage and being able to stay away from people. Sorry, we're not having anybody over right now. Sorry, I'm not going and visiting anybody right now. Sorry, I can't meet up and go for a jog for you. I don't think it's a good idea right now. Like you're guarding your physical space. In terms of romantic situations as well, some of you might be taking a break from dating, or if you are dating, you might be in the energy where you're not in a hurry to like jump into bed with anybody. Like you're needing your physical space. And a lot of this can be because energetically you're shifting, the chakras are opening up, aligning, shifting. And as you're releasing, you might be feeling very sensitive. You may be feeling sensitive in your energy, you may be feeling sensitive in your body, and you're just needing to really conserve your energy, conserve your space. You don't want to feel crowded in any kind of way. So you might have some barriers up. You might have some walls up because it's feeling good to you to do so. Your next card here, Aquarius, is Page of Cups. There could be a younger water sign in the works, okay, that you might be dealing with. You might be spending more time with children. Although this Page of Cups looks a little attitude-y to me. So I think some of you may feel like, you know, those of you who are parents, you know, you might be allowing your child to have a bit of a reality check. I don't feel like you're getting into a power struggle about it. I feel you're letting them pout. I think secretly you think it's kind of funny. And you're just like, well, they're just going to have to learn. They're just going to have to learn that, you know, times are different right now. And this is how it's going to be. And they're just going to have to learn that this is what it is to be resilient. We change with the times. We go with the flow. We adjust accordingly. For other ones of you, you know that the Page of Cups for me is a card that comes up when the heart chakra is opening up. And that has been an ongoing theme for Aquarius for quite some time now. You guys have been having, and if I'm not mistaken, this specific card, Page of Cups, has been coming up in a lot of your weekly readings from different decks over the past few weeks. So that is still continuing. We do have, please, 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 my dears, brace yourself for it. We do have a full moon in Scorpio. If I'm not mistaken, it is happening on the 10th, if I'm not mistaken. And full moons in general are like a lot of emotions come up, a lot of deep feelings come up, a lot of buried stuff comes to the surface. But when we're dealing with full moon in Scorpio, we're talking deep stuff. like deep stuff, really buried stuff, will come to the surface when we're in the full moon in Scorpio energy. And it can be very intense. So those of you that you've been like, gosh, you know, I understand I got to connect with the heart chakra. I understand I got to be present with my emotions. And I understand I got to let stuff to come to the surface. But man, I just wish I could get it all out in one big push. I just wish I could hurry up and just blast it all out and be done with it. Well, you're going to have your chance with the full moon in Scorpio, because there's another like little gateway here with this page of cups, and all the little jellyfish here tell me it's going to sting a bit, my dears. It's going to sting, but like you're ready for it. You're like, all right, bring it. You know, so some of you might have a very intense release around the time of the full moon in Scorpio. Hopefully I'll be able to do a video about it or around it. I will do my best. I'm getting caught up finally with the posting schedule, so hopefully I'll be able to get a full moon video in. But I feel that there's a very strong opening in the heart chakra. And again, this is, you know, to allow you to receive abundance, to allow you to receive love, you know, clearing out the old energy, making room for the new. Let's go ahead and check out your spirit message for the week. Be sure, guys, that you watch your moon sign and rising sign videos. Some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. You may need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do if you want to click on the Calendly link and schedule a private card reading with me there. So we have here the Purity card. All right. So this card can indicate going back to a simpler time, going back to the basics, you know, going back to a simpler kind of interest, simpler kind of things, connecting with people in a simpler kind of way. You know, maybe some of you are moving away from like, you know, feeling like the people in your life need to have clout or be at a certain level or certain level of education or accomplishment or something. And you may be looking at people from just a more kind of pure standpoint of like, what kind of person are they? What kind of character do they have? Some of you may be forgiving yourself for past situations, past experiences, and you may be deciding to give yourself some kind of like a clean, like a clean slate, especially with the full moon in Scorpio. Some of you may be doing some kind of cleansing. Maybe you're doing a little bath ritual or something with sea salt, or some kind of cleanse or release where you're looking into life, coming into it like you're being born again. You're just giving yourself some kind of reset, some kind of, you know, cleansing the aura, cleansing the chakras, really, you know, leaving the past in the past and coming in with this new energy or this new approach. And again, I feel a lot of determination from this card. You're very determined for this new beginning. Okay. Again, if you need a private reading, you can schedule one through the Calendly link. If you're more interested with what's going on planetarily now, if you want more of an astrology breakdown, I do have an amazing astrologer that reached out to me and gave me a reading that I was very impressed with. I was very impressed with the reading that I received from them, and they've offered to sponsor the channel by giving you guys unlimited 30% off as many reports as you want to get. So if you're interested in that, you can check that out. That's linked in the description. If you love this lovely, beautiful deck that I use, this limited edition deck here, it's a Cairo Marchetti deck. I'm picking 2 winners from my Instagram and Facebook page. One winner will receive a brand new card deck with a tarot pouch and an altar cloth. A little limited edition set, never been used before. One person's gonna win the tarot set, and one person's gonna win a free 30-minute reading from me. So I'm gonna just see who's jumping out at me from the comments in the Instagram and Facebook posts. And so I will let the winners know in a few weeks, and one person will win the deck, one person will win a reading. I thank you guys for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. For those of you who don't know, my Instagram and Facebook are both Amethyst Angellight. And so every single day I post message of the day there, so keep up with that. Again, my dears, I thank you for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Wishing you a wonderful week. Take care.